We are live. Come on in, everybody. Have a seat. We see you out there. We have comments already. Pops is alive. He says buzz, 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 buzz. No, it's just a bunch of buzzes. Buzz, 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 buzz. Yes. Thanks, Pops. Come on in, everybody. Remember, we are on YouTube now, and we are open for super chats. So,
super chats and channel memberships.
Yep. And channel memberships. Super chats and channel memberships get priority around here.
Yeah. You can get these cool little badges when you sign up too. One is one is a California water omelet, and the other is oh gosh, I can forget what the other one is.
A bottle of Gorilla Milk.
That's like month 3. I think.
You need to take us our pictures off of the Sup Ass Boys things and do headshots. That would be funny.
Yeah, it's
your silver spoon illustration too would make a good one. Maybe the little crying dude. This guy here.
We could do that. We could do that. 1,000.
I can do all sorts of little cartoons.
1,487 subscriptions as of still. And first person to subscribe, become a channel member, by the way.
And we're growing. We're growing like crazy. Look at that. We're almost at 1,500.
Yeah. First person gets a let's see what we got here.
They get a sketch card from Eric.
Yeah, that's
what it is.
Yeah, they get a sketch card from Eric, so you should definitely check into that.
I still have a couple of sketches I've promised that I need to mail out myself, so I'm gonna get those done and out. I'm so lazy when it comes to running to the post office. Standing in line for some reason is just a discouragement to me. I don't know why.
I don't do lines.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, maybe those kind of lines.
That's always good to know, Russ. Yes. None of us have done lines in years.
It depends. Depends what financial situation I might be in.
And which hooker's butt is available? Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta have a favorite, haven't you?
I was gonna tell a story, but that would be incriminating. So
that would be incriminating. Yeah. Remember, we are live. We're live. We're TVMA DLSV, by the way, folks. We're going to be saying words that you might not want your kids to hear.
And they should be in school anyway.
Yeah, they're all in school anyway.
Like serendipity and diplodocus. Good Lord, don't teach anybody anything. Somebody might think for themselves.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid.
Heaven forbid.
You can't do that.
We're going to run the opening and then get going, right?
Yep.
Hang on. He said, there it is.
How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
That last clip was Greta addressing the Marvel conference. Just so you know.
Oh, Marvel conference.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
You can't tell me nothing.
What?
Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
You can't tell me nothing.
Oh, the coffee's still up.
Yes, it is. Who wants to look at our faces? Jesus.
Everyone. That's why people come here. They come to see us.
Everyone wants to see our mug. Is that look at that mug. That's a much nicer mug.
They come every morning to see us. Every Thursday morning.
There's only all right. Here we go. Boom.
I have it on good authority that people
look forward to seeing your hat every time we're on the air.
Yeah, lady folks.
Lady folks.
Groove on the coonskin cap and the gray and the beard. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. They're like, ooh,
absolutely.
That's what I need in my life.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hat Club.
I've got
at you.
I've got the monkey cam on. So there you go.
Hey, you have a monkey. Awesome.
Play
I have a
with the
koala.
monkeys.
There's no spanking.
No spanking that monkey. Don't spank that monkey. Not while we're on the air.
No, God, no.
No,
Don't
no
be
spanking.
zooming it up.
No spanking the monkey while we're on the air.
You know, it's really.
But it is okay though to play with yourself. It's all good.
I remember, you know, I know Randy, you've got a chicken named Choke in your comic.
I do.
I was always wondering, like, why you didn't make him a bishop?
Only animals. Only animals.
He could have been still a bishop animal. He could have been, but they were a religious figure, I guess.
Make him. Maybe he is a bishop. He's just defrocked.
I'm getting deja vu. We had this conversation.
He's a chicken. He's been plucked plenty and plucked often.
He's been defrocked.
Just trying to shake a bad habit.
Yeah, that too. Anyway.
Guys, I've got to address a question from Indie Vote Radio.
You should introduce yourself first, especially since we're on the radio.
I guess I can. You guys know me. I'm Varian Grant. I'm the founder of Indie Vote Media LLC. Started making comics way back in 2008. I'm a comic book artist, publisher, distributor, father, geek, a gamer, occasional actor, all that good stuff. Reluctant taxpayer, not in that order, and very reluctant taxpayer too, man. I'm not liking it. I bought something the other day. Three meals at KFC, not KFC, Taco Bell. But you know they're together. Cost $60 the other day.
60?
Yeah.
What the heck did you buy?
I just bought 3 tacos and a Nacho Bel Grande, and well, for everyone.
Mexico
15,
City.
15 taco boxes. Yeah.
No, and it was $60, and I was like,
60. Holy crap.
Yeah, you know, it's the kind of thing where you just like, when you look at it was $10 off of taxes.
Seriously, mate, you should eat somewhere else. Buy a loaf of bread, make a sandwich.
There's a meme going around Facebook right now. Does everybody realize the 200 that paid the $200 for a colon cleanse that Taco Bell has a $4.99 special going on right now?
Now those $10 taxes, we might want to pay the colon cleanse now. Yeah, it was yeah. Sarah says, "What? Taco Bell? Holy crap! Yeah, introduce yourself,
exactly,
Randy.
exactly. Holy crap, indeed. Yes.
Everybody
Everybody says good morning. Suddenly, everybody's in the chat. Look at that. Jake's in the chat. Jake's there. Creators Outlet is there.
He's in the chat.
Then everybody's there. Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. Jake still. Eric is is awake this morning. Good morning from Lexington. He's traveling on the road again. Boob Dan from Creators Outlet. Yeah. Oh, that's Boob Dan Art. Yeah. Popped in earlier. Morning breakfast, Buzz. I just thought he was saying something off the top of his head.
Looks like Boob Dan almost has a picture of Lola in his
hat club.
In his icon.
Does he?
Almost.
Climb up there and take a look. Yeah. Got to look at it close. Hey, everybody. I'm Randy Zimmerman. I'm a longtime alternative and independent comics creator, producer, done everything in the direct market that you can imagine. Ran conventions for a long time, retailed for over a decade. Met my wife while I was retailing. Right now, I'm resurrecting Arrow Comics 4.0, available exclusively through Liberty Entertainment Distributors. That's ledg.us. And Arrow Comics 4.0. Go check us out over on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more information on the great books that we're doing, including Only Death Can Save Us by the fantastic Russ Leach. Russ, introduce yourself.
Thank you. Yes, I am the creator of Only Death Can Save Us, along with other things that I can't mention at the moment. Yes, I'm a comic book artist. I've been drawing.
That contract went through then? That's awesome.
Yeah, things are happening. Yeah.
Well, that's a 2 bell right there.
Yeah. I just don't have. I don't have any time.
Yeah, don't miss your deadlines.
No, I won't. No. I can show you some pages today. Actually. I've been drawing in anger since 2010, and since then managed to angrily draw Doctor Who, some stuff for Marvel, bit of Ben 10. Yeah, lots of other stuff as well. I've got a few graphic novels for my cozier. I'm currently drawing my own books, Only Death Can Save Us. But I also worked on the Outliers comic book, which will be out next year. You can see me on Thursday with Joe Fulton when we talk about the book. And right now, I'm all guns blazing for Arrow Comics, where it's they're serializing Only Death Can Save Us bi-monthly through Liberty Entertainment. So if you don't pick up the second book, which is coming soon, I'll show you a couple of pages later today, which is coming soon. The campaign for that will be starting October 1. If you don't pick the books up, then pick up the floppies. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. When I send you that package with your Arrow comics, Only Death Can Save Us, I'll make sure I send you a couple of Arrow t-shirts as well.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So
we can all have Arrow t-shirts.
You don't have to wear that Marvel crap there. You can tell it's well worn too, because the red in the Marvel has a nice shade of pink. So
it's actually well, I'm in touch with my feminine side. Pink is good. I just like it because it's a nice shirt. So there you go.
Gotta be comfortable while you're working.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but Arrow shirts would be good, and then we can all come on with Arrow shirts or Liberty shirts. Send me a Liberty shirt.
Liberty shirt would be good too. Yeah,
a lot of those shirts are pre-distressed now, so they can make you look like you've worn them.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that good? So what do they come with? They come with like a beer gut already sewn in.
Almost. The bump is there. Yeah,
that's about as distressed as a shirt can get.
Take it and stretch it and throw it in the wash with a special detergent to fade everything just a little bit. Yeah,
guys. I've got a question.
Glenn Fleming's in the chat. Good morning, Glenn. How are you?
Coming to a convention near you.
Hail, Glenn.
If you're watching on YouTube, you'll want to check our YouTube channel and see this. Coming to a convention near you for the low price of $10.99 for all of you folks that don't like convention hot dogs, but you prefer calamari.
This better not be porn. Oh, there you go. Yum.
There we go.
Oh, the seafood porn.
There you are.
Yeah, there you go. There's your calamari hot dog.
That looks seriously hideous.
It's like a calamari coney, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like,
it's like the after effects of that colon thing you get.
The colon cleanse, yeah,
colon cleanse, yeah. That's where Cthulhu lives.
That's an Italian loaf there, cut down the middle as well. Yeah.
It's
Cthulhu dog.
Cthulhu dog, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll be joined by Rob Murto, who has a Cthulhu book, Cthulhu. It's possible we joined by him today, but he's in Portugal.
We're not sure if he's around yet this afternoon over there. Yeah.
I looked at his book though on Tuesday night. It was a really good looking book, and
Jake wants to know if that was a hentai hot dog.
It's very popular. Never mind. I don't say that very. You're monetized now. You can't say that. It's very popular with a certain subsect of people. Gotta get those squid dogs.
Squid dog.
You trade Aaron a wiener for a squid.
Sarah says, yeah, when something's floppy, it's got to be picked up.
Which, Sarah. Have you seen this clip, Sarah?
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off me.
It's actual news footage right there.
Yeah.
So that wasn't staged at all.
No, they've done videos. They've done videos of him when they talk to him, and he's like, he said he's we go for one of those calamari conies.
Boob Dan says, "Damn, I really could go for one of those calamari conies right now." Yeah,
they did a follow up with that guy, and he was like, "Yeah, they thought he was an international gangster, and he wasn't." And he said they let him go. They took him down to the station though, and ruined his succulent Chinese meal he was eating.
There's no way that an international gangster would have a limp penis.
Well, you never really know.
Oh, that would have been a perfect segue for our Tuesday night sponsor, but they're not a sponsor of Breakfast Buzz. They're only sponsor of
Well, if you're being hauled off for the wrong reason, that's exactly what you should say, though. Especially if you have a camera trained on you. That was a succulent Japanese hot dog. Yeah. Succulent.
Yeah. My wife buys succulents all the time. She places them outside the house, though.
I don't know if that's the proper place to place your succulents.
I don't like succulents in the house. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
They attract gnats.
That's all right. Whatever flips your cookie, I guess.
Anyway. So from Indie Vote Radio, got a question for you guys. And
Sarah says lips are zipped. Almost said something worse. LOL.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to. Indie Vote Radio question. And this is from have you and this is we got Russ here. So have you ever been fired off of a project as an artist or writer or whatever? Have you ever been fired? And if so, how did it happen?
I was late and got removed off of a project. I had a bunch of other stuff going on. Didn't get it done fast enough.
Yeah, no, I have. Yes. Yes, no, I remember now. Yeah. Somebody was doing a footy book and they got me to do some pages. And
what
football, like soccer, football.
Oh, yeah. I thought for a minute you said furry book.
No, footy
book.
Yeah. A footy book. And after I'd done like 10 pages, they kind of said, "Oh wow, not really. Your style isn't quite working for the football stuff. I'm afraid I'm going to have to pay you up, and that'll be the end of it." And then they paid me half what they owed me and buggered off. So I suppose that counted as being fired, although the book never got made. So
removed, yeah,
removed. So I suppose that might be counted as firing. Other than that, other than books finishing, I've not actually been removed from something and replaced by someone else. No.
I've gotten an amazing "fuck off, don't ever do that again" letter from a publisher.
Fantastic.
Yeah. They wanted me to sign it and send it back to him. I sent it to my lawyer. He said, "Don't sign it. Just don't sign it." But he was keeping it because it was he told me it was the most succinct fuck off letter he had ever read. And whenever he had to write those again, he was going to pull that letter up just to get into the mood. I sent a proposal unsolicited to a comic company using some of their characters. And in the letter I sent, I realized these are your characters, but this is what I would love to do with them. And apparently that was the wrong direction.
Okay.
And it was a family-friendly book, too. That's the thing.
It
wasn't like I was sending them a Tijuana Bible using some of their characters or something. That would have deserved. Those I don't sign. I was
thinking of something with Wonder Woman and a squid.
Yeah, there we go.
We come back full circle to the squid. Full circle. No, don't ever sign. Was it 100%? Eric asked, was it?
Jake says a foot fetishist book. Russ, you tease.
Sarah said should have framed it.
Yes.
And
I still have a copy of it around somewhere.
Genuine Comics says, "Good morning, Indie Vault."
I was very proud of that proposal too. I was sure that they were going to take it, but no. Anyway.
Yeah.
You're always sure, aren't you? It's always, this is the best thing ever. They're going to
take this. I can't wait to start this book, and then I got to fuck you. Don't ever do this again.
I'm off to spend the money now.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at this. Look at this. Glenn says, spent 4 days drawing solicited samples for a football book. Submitted. The guy asked me if I could draw like Triple X. I said, get Triple X to draw it. And in my involvement, never got paid for what I did. Ooh. It was the same person. What is it with these football books over there? You guys,
I don't know.
That's when they went to Russ. They asked if we could draw like Russ. They sent it to Russ. They decided they couldn't do it at all.
Yeah. They said, "No, Russ can't draw either." Look at that.
No. Why are you drawing this round for? Stop that.
And I would have really messed up because they just said draw football. I would have did our football, and I'm like, this isn't right at all.
What? Yeah, it wouldn't have been a football.
I think both Marvel and Kirby have all done superheroes off of all the NFL teams.
Mm-hmm.
Kirby did a set of really wild ones that I saw in the Jack Kirby collector that were pretty hot. Very much in Kirby's God, pantheon type style.
Let's see. Eric says, really at the Tuesday's letter, and you guys let that 100% comment fall. I'm calling standards and practice. Oh, that's right. Yeah. 100%. Fuck off. 100%.
You expect us to remember what happened Tuesday?
Well, we got to make that shirt too. Fuck 100% off. Remember that?
The what?
The fuck 100% off.
Fuck 100% off. Yeah.
We have to bring that back. We have to make a T-shirt.
A couple of those letters were really good on Tuesday. So.
Yeah.
Angry listeners for some reason.
Not at us though. They weren't angry.
Not at us. No, just at the industry. Just angry.
No one ever gets angry at us.
We're here for you to vent. Yes, we are.
But remember, guys,
even at us, we find that funny, but that's okay.
Remember, guys, for 2625, what is a really odd number, I know, but for 2625, you can buy one of the new Indie Volt shirts currently on special. The Bag These Nuts t-shirt.
Back these nuts.
2625 indievolt.com and then Volt Shop. Go pick yours up today. It'll be shipped to you very quickly. Very quickly. That's right. Bag these nuts.
They need better nuts.
Now, Indie Volt Radio question. This is from Tabrini. Tabrini says, Varian, I was watching an older episode of Indie Volt where where the associate said that you got into a fight and had to be pulled off of someone in your office. Can you elaborate? No, I can't. I can't elaborate. I can say this. There was an individual that came in my office. He was being disrespectful of the staff, and he had done some work for us, but he was a grifter. And when he figured out I had figured out his grift, he got mad, and I gave him the opportunity to leave the office, and then he did a no-no. He insulted my mother on the way out, and I began to beat him about the legs and face, and he was escorted out of my office by me, and yeah, that's what happened. But it's weird because there was some slight damage to the hallway at that time.
his head hit the other wall on the opposite side of the hall.
Yeah, various parts of him hit the wall. They went kind of ping pong down the hall.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Grant, best way to go. It's bouncing down the hall. Good morning, Grant.
Seriously, I forgot what a grifter is. Well, a grifter is a character that is now dating Tim Drake in the DC universe. He's not dating Tim Drake yet, but he will be soon. No, the grifter is a shyster.
In our country, a grifter was a small bike. It was
small bike.
Yeah, so it was the prototype of the BMX.
Wow.
Are you bike?
You guys have different words over there for everything.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Well, we reuse the word bike as well.
Yeah, because over here, bangers and mash means something completely different.
Something you find in Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, if you're lucky.
Randy wanted to make sure you said small bike. He thought you said something else. What, small bike?
Small bike?
Yeah, we know that what you guys call cigarettes over there. Yeah.
I thought what you were saying in that t-shirt was bag these nuts, not back these nuts.
No. Bag
these nuts.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
Bag these. I'm not backing your book. Yeah, we only do that because we had a question from Indie Volt Radio. It came from Indie Volt Radio Tuesday, where a guy had backed the book. When he got the book, though, all the art was different. They had changed art teams.
100% shit.
Yeah, and it was all horrible. And he was like, no one told him. It's not updated in the campaign page at all. And he was upset, and rightfully so, in my opinion. Imagine you back a book and then you get it, and the interior is completely different than what you backed and what you were promised.
Naughty and extremely unprofessional.
Naughty.
Very naughty.
You've been naughty. I'm going to have to spank you at the next convention I see you at. She can get you in a lot of trouble.
What? What?
Spanking someone at the convention.
Move along.
Hmm?
What? No.
That could be a tier. That could be a tier.
You can't threaten violence to somebody on the air.
I didn't threaten violence. No, I wasn't saying spank Russ. I said spank the person who's being naughty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's not the way it came up.
No, okay. Grant says a grifter is a boring 90s image character who's kind of a cross between Wolverine and Deadpool.
That sounds crap.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right either. Just some guy with a handkerchief and something in front of his face, wasn't it? With guns?
Yeah.
That's not Wolverine or Deadpool.
Oh, grifter. Oh, that's the guy with the guns. Yeah.
The red face mask.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all right.
Got a red handkerchief in front of his face.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's part of the reason I was very reticent about writing my own stuff is because of all the image stuff.
Oh,
because it was a lot of it wasn't particularly well written. It was great comics as far as they were bombastic and fun to have, but they weren't necessarily the best stories.
If you enjoy pinups, pinups are good.
I know I don't do a lot of reading. I know a lot, which is why I probably bought so many Image comics, was because I do look at the pictures a lot. But when I do sit down and read, I want a decent story, and there wasn't much to be found there.
Kind of a second-rate Shadow. Actually, Shadow is a lot more mysterious character. Who could cloud men's minds into thinking he wasn't really there. That's why he was Shadow.
I'd love to draw a Shadow strip.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You want to, Russ? We'll get a hold of Condé Nast and see if the Dynamite option is up.
Okay, I can't say anything now, but we might be able to do that.
I'd love to write one. That would be really, really cool. If not that, then the Spider. I think the Spider would be fun as well.
I'm waiting for the Phantom to go in the public domain.
That'll be a while.
So I can slam evil.
You could do the Phantom of the Opera pretty well.
Billy Zane is a national treasure, and he does not get enough credit. I think he make a perfect Lex Luthor. They never given him the role. He'd be great.
Yeah, the Phantom is a lot better movie than people give credit to.
I enjoyed that film.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Popeye. I was watching that the other day on HBO Max. That's a lot.
There's Rob. Rob, you got a link in your tweet.
Rob Myrtle.
In your Twitter.
Yeah, you're welcome aboard, buddy.
I enjoyed the Shadow movie as well, but my expectations of movies are very low.
I can't watch that Shadow movie without with Alec Baldwin in it because he's turned into such a comedian. I just can't take it seriously. I really can't. I mean, they really need to do a lot of these old pulp characters, but there's just no market for it. I mean, Dwayne Johnson would be absolutely perfect as Doc Savage.
Oh, wouldn't he?
Yeah. And they've talked about it for years. They just can't get it off the ground. And the whole group, that they could Doc's a whole assemblage would be really awesome to see. Would make a tremendous movie, but nobody wants to invest that kind of money on characters nobody is aware of anymore. And go like the John Carter movie.
Well, hold on. Didn't they just make a movie called Shang-Chi? Who was aware of him?
Yeah.
Well, that's Marvel. That's different.
Yeah, but what I mean is it just depends on how much money and how much effort you're prepared to expend on characters and new things. And the trouble is that right at the moment everything's a remake or a reboot because studios and execs don't want to risk, and yet they are risking because the only way that Star Wars was such a big thing was because it was such a great risk.
Yeah.
Well, that Star Wars got made because of Lucas.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is back then
it got made because Lucas did American Graffiti, and American Graffiti made tons of money. But
even so, nobody had made a film like Star Wars. It was the first of its kind, really. Well,
there were the Flash Gordon serials. Nobody had faith. Nobody had faith in doing it.
But but that's my point. That's my whole point. Is that there was a risk taken. There was real risk taken. There was real result from the risk. I mean, look, it's built into $1 billion.
Right, but in order to convince 20th Century to take it, Lucas had to take it literally up the rear end and take a lot of concessions.
Yeah.
In order for them to take it and front it and distribute it. Lucas was lucky. He basically directed the thing for free as long as he kept the merchandising rights.
I know, but his wasn't the only film that was something different from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was not just a reboot of something else.
Yeah,
and that in one way or another, whether it was financial from the studio or personal from the director or the producer or whatever, had a huge amount of risk involved and became an exceptional success. We need to back people that are prepared to push the boundaries.
Right.
Otherwise, it becomes so safe that it doesn't actually make money anymore.
Yeah, you end up with a third or fourth rerun of Dune over and over again. Stuff like that.
You guys like this? You guys like this? And tell me how you feel about it. Okay, so this is from Michael. And Michael says,
well, but before you jump into that, we're looking in the chat where they're talking about Iron Man and all that. Marvel did Iron Man because they didn't have the bigger franchises. They took a lower franchise out and tried to take a chance with it. And with Shang-Chi and Eternals, remember, both of those movies were in production before that bug hit. And Disney has taken such a financial hit since then. I sincerely doubt you're going to see Marvel take those kinds of chances in the future. You're going to see all of those chances done on TV where it doesn't matter. The viewing audience or the actual take-in at the box office doesn't matter as much as how many eyes are actually looking at it. That's why Moon Knight's coming out on Disney Plus instead of in the theater, where it really would be awesome to see in the theater. But Shang-Chi and Eternals were well underway. That's back when Disney, Marvel especially, was making so much money that they challenged themselves to see if they could take obscure characters and do something with it and make money on it. So you're not going to see those risks again. In fact, there's no original Marvel movie that's planned probably for the next 5 or 6 years. They're all going to be doing Doctor Strange 2, Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2, Thor 4, that kind of thing. They're going to be taking a lot safer chances. Glenn says The Shadow, written by Randy Zim, drawn by Russ Leach, colored and lettered by me, distributed by Liberty. Now that would be an awesome book.
Yeah, damn straight.
That'd be a lot of fun to do. Would be.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Sarah says she's going to take a pic of it and send it to me sometime after the show. She's referring to some art she has of The Shadow by artist Jeffrey Hayes. I want to see that. That should be pretty cool. Indie Volt Radio. This one's from Michael. And Michael says, State Farm Associate Insurance promised my comic book collection was covered. After the hurricane, I discovered it wasn't. 30K collection, all gone. And the offer to replace it. The offer to replace it. Guess, guys, take a guess.
$500.
Close. 400.
Oh, Jesus.
It's daylight robbery. Insurance is daylight robberies.
It is.
He was promised that it was covered. And I've heard of that. I've heard of
but they can tell you anything, just like going to get a mobile phone. They can promise you anything and not deliver verbally.
Yeah.
You need to get these in writing.
Yeah, if you don't have it in writing, it doesn't exist. Also, you need to take pictures, especially of your valuable books.
Yeah. So
that you can go back and say, no, I had a Amazing Fantasy 15. And you better pay me the value in order to recoup that.
Yeah, a 30K collection reduced to $400.
You should have inside valuables also covered up to a certain extent. So
I wonder. Well, I mean, and then too, like, I guess no amount of slabbing is going to help that, though, huh? Like if it's slab, like they're waterproof, right? At that point, if you slab them,
if you slab it, you'll be able to save it.
Yeah,
it'll be waterproof, so you just pick it up out of the water and dry it off and send it on its way. Yeah.
Are they really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Brandon Cleckley speaking.
I was at a New York con and had somebody throw I think it was a Marvel Comics 2 or 3 at me and laugh. That was slab, and I'm like, holy crap, what the heck? And he's like, I can throw it across the room, wouldn't hurt it.
Brandon Cleckley,
unless you got hit by it.
Speaking from personal experience, he says, tell Michael to fight it. I lost comics and fire damage, and insurance tried to go back on their word, present pics and proof of their worth. Yeah. Brandon, when he was younger, his house burned down, and he lost quite a few collectibles. His original TMT stuff he had, and TMNT, and Ninja Turtles.
Glad he got it back. Yeah.
Yeah, he was able to, get some money to go, get some of that stuff back. But
if his insurance though doesn't cover interior, whatever miscellaneous up to that $30K, he's pretty screwed.
There are companies,
and again, they can tell you whatever you want as long as you sign it on that line.
There are companies that will cover
whatever's in the contract.
There are companies that say they handle collectibles and high-end collectibles.
Yeah. Yep.
But you got to make sure they're reputable and make sure they've been around for a while, because I've heard of people when they go to cash that policy in, that company's evaporated. They're gone. They're no longer there. And
it's the insurance. That's the way the insurance companies become profitable, is paying you off as little as possible.
Yeah.
So, and they will hold to the letter of your contract, no matter what they tell you verbally.
And one more. Really,
Michael, we're real sorry, very sorry for your loss. That's tremendously disastrous. Yeah.
One more very sad letter from Indie Vote Radio, and it's kind of in theme this morning. And this one is from Carl. Carl W. Carl W. says, "Hey, hey."
Brandon says, in my case, he was in good hands.
You were in good hands. With
it should be,
deep
hey.
Yeah, the deep voice. Are you in good hands?
Oh, it should be. Yeah.
Are you in good hands?
Are you in good hands?
I hope so. Depending on what part of me is in your hands. And this is Carl W. He's wrote in before, but he's wrote in the email. But he says, "Word to the wise, I recently was burglarized." And I'm sorry, I can't. I'll tell you a story about burglarized. I'll tell you a story about being burglarized later. But I was burglarized, and
in my comic toilets.
My comic collection was stolen.
Oh.
Yeah. My issue became when I took the video footage of the robber to the police station and showed them that I knew who the person was. The police then told me it would be my matter to solve, as I know who the person is.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Where is he at? Is he in the States?
I'm not sure, but you know what?
That should have been a cop that got kicked in the ass.
You know what? I'll tell you something.
I'd have gone to his superior and said, "I've got video footage of somebody stealing out of my house."
I'll tell you something. And it's not the same situation, but and she doesn't mind me saying this, but my wife opened up a bank account with her mother.
Oh, yeah.
And a check came in there, and my mother-in-law got the check, several $1,000s, took it all out and spent it. And when my wife was like, "Hey, where'd that money go?" And she was like, "Okay, I'm pressing charges." The bank was like, "Well," the bank and the police was like, "Well, you know who did it. It's your mother. We're not going to arrest her and go file a police report."
The problem with that is it's a joint bank account.
Yeah. And so she had to actually, like it was a different situation. But this is, you got the footage. I mean, that should be there to rights. Take it to the bank and say
straight up theft. It doesn't matter whether you know the person or not.
Empyrean says he was going to make another Geico Gecko joke, but he read the room.
You shouldn't make a Gecko joke. Russ is the voice of the
Geico Gecko.
Yeah, he's the voice. You shouldn't.
I need to hear this.
I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring one up. Hold on. Let's see here.
Russell say that doesn't sound like me at all.
What are you talking about?
He's from a whole different part of Britain than I am.
All right, here we go.
A whole different accent.
I'm gonna pull up an old one too. That's here. Where is he?
He's gonna pull up the one where he talks in the deep voice like the insurance adjuster, the guy from Allstate.
Yeah.
Here at Gecko, you're in great hands.
That's it. Here. Where is it at? All right, here we go. Here's a good one. This is where you can hear his voice, and you can hear Russ's debut. He wasn't the first voice; he's the current voice.
And I can't wait to start telling people how switching to Geico could save them hundreds of dollars on car insurance. But first, my luggage. There it is. Excuse me, sir. I think you've got the wrong bag.
Sorry, they all look alike,
No worries. Well, car's here. I can't save people money chatting at the baggage claim all day.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
What a load of bollocks.
What made them give him an English accent? It's beyond me. But
No. Well, because obviously Americans trust the English. I don't know.
that must be it. Yeah.
He's
yeah.
Let's see here. Eric Hawkins says State Farm told me decades ago with the size and value of my collection, I would have to have a separate policy in addition to my homeowners. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the size of my policy, baby.
Brandon says, so basically the cop gave him permission to whoop his ass, and I dare the police to stop me from killing him.
Yeah.
We've had locally we had a comic dealer that was killed for his collection.
Mm.
That was rather
but obviously nobody
comic
went
shop.
after him. Nobody went after him because he might have known the guy that killed him. It's like, what?
24 eyes in the house. Hey.
Yeah, 24 eyes.
Yeah. Sarah says, I went 20 years out of the comic loop. With how much I love it now, I wish I hadn't flat out gave away my entire collection, a few hundred comics for free. Not the F word.
The F word. We all have those stories, Sarah, of their mom giving away their collection or giving away books or sending. I gave away a bag full of books to a kid and, saw this. The prices on those books now would have been outrageous.
Oh.
I gave away recently. I gave away a card set of Jim Lee trading cards to someone, and then found out exactly how valuable they were. And
Imperium Voles says a lot of people don't.
Not that I wouldn't have done it in the first place, but it's just that's a lot of money.
It's only 9 inches tall. Oh my God, very cracking me. Thank you. I try to be funny. I try. Eric says, even Cockney is considered refined over here, Russell Leach. Yeah.
Cockneys.
Yeah.
Cockneys.
When Rocket Raccoon used to have a Cockney accent, we thought it was like, oh, he's so refined. He's so classy.
So refined.
Yeah.
And now he's what? Brandon, somebody. Yeah.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Now he's Bradley Cooper. Oh, well.
I like to see Brandon do the voice of Rocket Raccoon. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, that raccoon sounds like a black man. Which would be racist. Now that I think about it.
That's again Bradley Cooper. Yeah. Let's find the most the exact opposite.
Now that I've said it, I realize how racist.
Yep. There you go.
So I was wanting to read the comic books in prison. Yeah, there's no, there's a prison here that doesn't allow comic books. They don't allow comic books because they said that
it'll corrupt them.
It'll excite
corrupt the criminals.
It'll excite the prisoners
to violence
and sexually, which is probably what Marvel's trying to corner right now because there's nothing sexy in their books at all anymore.
Just give them a copy of American Splendor to read.
Listen to some Rob Crumb books. That might help.
No, not really.
Like,
maybe non-violent, but the other way, no.
Anyway. A man's butt. Anyway, I won't go there. I'm a booty warrior. It's more important than water.
Imperium says, I have painstakingly rebuilt more Silver Age comics than I have ever had over the last 2 years or so. There you go.
I would tell anybody to make sure that happens to them. They get that policy. Though in all seriousness. The last question we got here from Indie Volt Radio is about conventions. And this one is from Helly. Helly says, Yep, Helly says, so the one convention I was doing this year has decided to cancel yet again. And this time they are saying because of their cancellation, they are selling and the table fees cannot and will not be refunded because they've been canceling since 2020. So this is the
hello lawyers.
She says, or he says, I'm sorry, Helly, I don't mean to gender you, but I see Helly and I think female. I'm sorry, but they say Helly says the table was $200, not really worth getting a lawyer over, but still shitty nonetheless. And
hello, small claims court. Don't let that shit slide. This person needs to be made an example of that. And there is such a thing as a class action suit where a lawyer will chase after money for a contingency, probably a third. But it's the example that you need to set for this person that's incredibly important. It's not really the fact. Yeah, everybody, you know, as you could probably spare the $200 or not want to take the hassle. But those people, the convention organizers, need to be made an example of, so that everybody else learns you can't get away with this crap. They're expecting you not to sue. So get a group of you together and do a class action, or find a lawyer that's willing to work to go get that money for you for a fee. It'll be worth it. Yeah. And to see that person pay and squirm and have to pay lawyers or whatever and make it more than worth his trouble, he won't do it again, or else he's just that this year's convention cancellation on that convention coordinator's part is criminal, grift king material. Because if they canceled the year before and the situation hasn't changed much, they're not going to do it again. But also, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, as far as that goes as well. Because you should know, if he canceled once, he's probably going to cancel again. And if he didn't refund the first time, he's not going to refund the second. So I would still chase after him and find other people that have paid money to him and go after them, because that is illegal and it's unlawful. Yeah.
You know, I know that selling.
But like this year for my farmers market shows, I didn't have them this year because I know better. Wasn't seeing the situation straighten up. So I said, no, we just won't have shows this year.
I know sometimes selling your company can sometimes divest the new company of any any debt that the former company owes, but that doesn't absolve that former company sometimes, and people are mistaken with that. They think, okay, well, I'm out of debt. No, you're not. You need to make sure that you take care of that. And there's people owe you some money. Maybe a phone call. You know, they might want to look. They might put that out there in hopes that people don't come knocking on their door.
Yeah,
knock anyway and say, hey, no, you're gonna give me. And they might cut you a check. Brandon says $500 or $200. That's my money.
Yeah. That plus they should never try to do another convention again, and they should learn why. Quite honestly, that shit needs to stop. That's a grift.
Imperial Vol says, yeah, if you get 3 or 4 people together and go in at once, they will pay you off. Yeah. Sarah says, I'll be working a convention in a week and a half of Brian and Cookie in Southern Illinois. If Illinois doesn't crack down harder due to the vid, I guarantee I'll come back with an armload of comics.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, Apex Comics says, chase after these bums who cancel out, like Rob Liefeld. Yeah. Well, he wouldn't call Rob Liefeld a bum.
That was a whole different set of circumstances there. And Liefeld's apologized for that, for his end of the confusion, but a lot of that was the convention people also making an ass of themselves.
And
in my opinion,
I don't have a card for this one, but
you haven't had a card for any of them so far today, buddy.
Well, those came off the radio. This one is one of those email I don't have a card for, but I will read it. It's from Jeffrey, and Jeffrey says,
Jeffrey's a Toys R Us kid.
It says, please make sure that you are keeping your taxes together and include your crowdfunding money. I was audited and I don't have paperwork in order. It's going to be very costly and a long time until I get this sorted out. If you're crowdfunding your comic and it's successful, please make sure that you have your taxes all in line. That is very important because there are some people who forget. We've had people who say, I don't pay taxes. They have people say that.
Yeah.
And it's like, shh.
Yeah, exactly. I don't pay taxes on that crowdfunding stuff. Yeah. No.
Jesus Christ.
And I've said this a lot in the past. Get an accountant. They're worth it. They're worth every bit of money. You might think they're expensive, but they're worth it.
For people in the UK, if you're self-employed, it's money in, money out. Everything that comes in is liable to taxation. The only way to reduce that taxation is by your expenditure. So your printer bill will come off your total. Okay, then you pay tax on what's left. Everything that comes in is taxable income, no matter what. Sorry,
here in the States, everything you spend, pretty much, if you're working out of your house, is deductible off of that tax run too.
We have a bit of that, but not
every
not
book,
everything.
every movie, every your cable bill. There's a percentage of that that's all deductible off, and then a good accountant will tell you that. So
we have lists on HMRC of what you can and can't do, and but all the things that you just said, all of that is deductible. So
that's it. Public service announcement: pay that friggin' tax bill.
Pay your tax bill, for Christ's sake. Pay your
friggin' taxes.
And
if that campaign,
if you are earning enough to pay VAT, which will be a bit of a bitch, because the way VAT works is I couldn't just say, oh, there's my page rate plus 20% VAT. People would just laugh at me. They'd say, no, that's the page rate. See you later. So effectively, if you go over 85k, you have to start paying VAT. So effectively, it would be a regressive tax. It would eat into your totals.
Yeah.
So if you are going to earn 85 grand as a comic book artist, which would be very nice, I'm sure. I don't know many that do. Don't earn 160 grand, okay? Because then you'll have enough money to pay the VAT.
Do any of you have anything waiting to fill your pool box? If so, what are they? That last Ronin stuff. That's pretty much it right now. I mean, everything else that is going. You know what?
Poll box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's
That's comics. You're talking comics.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and I'm going to say this, and this is true. I still buy comics every week, so I still, according to some people's logic, I can still talk about them. As such, there is currently no gotta get it title, in my opinion. And if there is, they're not selling out. So, the only book that the only time they're gonna have a sellout book is if they kill somebody without mentioning it. So, if all of a sudden they decide to kill Professor X in a book and everyone runs to get it, which would be like the 19th time they've done it this year.
Get that on your pull list.
Yeah.
Get that on your pull list.
Yeah.
Buy it.
And get those books. But there's no need for me to go run out there and get those books so that they show up. I want to show you guys this too. Speaking of pull list, got the Compendium of Dread from Meredith Lochran.
There you go.
Yeah, got that. It's a prose book, but she actually has some comic book art from the comic version of this in the back, and I can't wait to get that book because it looks like the artist is very good. Can't wait to see. This is roughs, but
roughs, yeah.
Yeah, looks good. Now,
Imperian says I don't really buy new comics usually, but I raid the $2 to $5 boxes. Yeah,
I was raiding the dollar box over at Wizard because I got stock in Wizard. Well, a little bit left now, not a lot, because I've been selling it because it went up when they sold out to Fan Expo. But I hit their vault, and I got a bunch of different copies of Walking Dead #1. The convention exclusive covers. There's a Rob Liefeld, Walking Dead #1. Look at that. Look at that Uncle Rob goodness. Look at it.
Hang on. Blow that up there.
Look at that.
Boom.
Look at that.
What happened to that guy's mouth?
He's gritting his teeth.
That's okay. It's Rick Grimes, yeah.
And he's got a very short jaw. Not jaw, but his teeth are incredibly small.
And he's got scene boy hair.
His mouth. Yeah.
But whatever the things I can pick out about it and go, ooh, it's incredible energy in all of Rob's work.
Yeah.
And that's really isn't,
So it's not important to talk about the foreshortening on the gun or the fact that the guy's wrist looks incredibly big, or it's no way a rifle would work, or
it isn't really, is it? It's whether it's fun or not.
Exactly.
And that's what really counts. I mean, I'm an advocate of getting things right before you cheat. And I don't know that Rob is necessarily the same kind of advocate. All right, that's what I'll say about his artwork. However, it's got to come with a big chunk of look how bloody energetic this is and how much fun it is.
It is,
and
cool.
That's what it's about, and you can't deny that. You can't
mean,
deny that.
that gun though, that gun is where it's at. That's a futuristic gun.
That's
Genuine,
a great looking gun.
genuine comics. He's glad to use reference for real.
So good on you, Rob. Keep it up.
Liefeld needs to learn to use reference of real guns.
But I got a bunch of covers, a bunch of different ones. Look at that one. Look at that one. That one's
Look at that Liefeld cover with no feet.
no, yeah. That one. Got this one here. Another nice cover. Not sure who the artist is on this one. I don't remember who the artist is on this one, but this one's cool. I got a bunch. Hold on, let me strike a little real quick. This one was cool. I'll just go through them very quickly. That one's cool. That one's got like a and most of the covers
It's got a nice style to it.
Yeah. These are nice looking. That one's cool.
Yeah.
They did a St. Louis edition. St. Louis and the hizzy.
See, that's quite realistic.
Who knew Washington was in St. Louis? Look at that White House.
That's quite realistic, but it's got nowhere near the energy of Rob's.
Yeah.
No. Even this one doesn't have that energy, but it's still nice.
No.
It's still nice.
Oh, I mean, it's nice, but it hasn't got the energy of Rob's.
Then I got some Hulks.
Well, we were
Now,
talking about that.
That's got quite a bit of energy to it.
Yeah, it's got more energy than those.
And the
last
lighting's done it. Yeah.
There's this is the black and white version. This is the Minneapolis version.
We were talking on Facebook, showing off old covers, and that I think Russ had a bunch of old John Buscema covers. You don't get dynamics like that in comics anymore. Most of the characters are just standing around, like that cover there.
Yeah. And you look at these covers,
no real action or dynamics happening. They're just standing there. Yeah.
But they cost me $1 a piece.
Oh,
$1 a piece. And
Buck
a cluck.
Yeah, and so I decided to help myself to the Wizard World Vault. If they got some and you're looking for them, the shipping was free at the time that I got them. So
Empyrean Vol says, I mean, Jack Cole wasn't exactly photorealistic. Oh, yeah, really. But he was definitely one of the funniest artists of the Golden Age.
Funnest.
Yeah. Funnest and funniest. The whole point of a comics cover is you show the hero getting his butt kicked, and there should be dialogue. Well, everybody has a different theory of what makes a good cover.
I really liked dialogue on the covers, and I was playing with the idea of putting dialogue on my covers, but I ended up not doing it for the graphic novels. And I haven't done it for the first four of the Arrow Comics versions, but I have put like subtitle boxes on and sort of questions and headlines and that kind of thing to make to add to the excitement.
You could tell Cole was a genius, very bored genius, doing a lot of stuff from his Plastic Man work because it was so outrageous. Just amazing to take a look at.
Yeah, I mean, it's this one came in to me from Facebook. This is pretty bizarre. Have you guys ever heard of a professional's agent through their agent requesting payment for a comment or remark on your book?
What?
For an endorsement?
Yeah.
I think it's possible from greedy managers, yeah.
So like if I wanted Randy Zimmerman to say, this book is a great book, and
I'd say talk to my agent for pricing, yeah.
So I call Monica.
Oh.
Yeah. And Monica would go, who the hell is this? Get the hell off my phone.
But then
I'm blocking your number. Click.
But then what's the point? What's the point in the comment? It's like paying for votes, isn't it? In Parliament.
It is. Yeah.
It's like lobbying. You can't trust whatever you're reading if there's been money changed hands.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point?
Well, we had somebody that was going to come on the air that wanted to start negotiating prices for his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's wackadoos out there all over the place.
I didn't get very far with that one.
If you can make it, smoke them if you got them, that kind of thing. I guess that's what they're thinking. But you shouldn't have to pay for a verbal endorsement. No.
Yeah.
And how much would you pay? How much would you be willing to pay for a verbal endorsement from?
It's not worth it.
No, from no one.
No, because it's the same as like we caught this girl on the corner and she said this, you know. We paid her $20 to say this. Yeah.
Whoa.
That kind of thing, you know. That's what it is the equivalent of. Those remarks that you see quoted in those books should be genuinely felt critiques or remarks about the quality of the book inside. And not something that you paid some money for. Huh?
That'll be the easiest 20 she's made on that corner.
Probably.
Just to make a comment. This book is great. Listen, if you want to pay me to say your book is great, send the money to my PayPal. I'll put it in the description of the video.
That's why I include my that's why I include my email now here on my I do have a PayPal account connected to that email. Anybody tips are always welcome.
Cash at me that money.
Yeah.
Let's see. A guy recently wanted me to pay him to advertise his book in Comics Unlimited.
Yeah.
What?
Don't say it, Van. Keep your mouth shut. Clench your jaw. There we go. Okay.
Sorry, what?
A guy recently wanted me to pay him to advertise his book in Comics Unlimited. Did you tell him to bugger off? Did you tell him?
Like what? Where do these people get off? I'm so important now. Have me in there, and you are going to pay me.
That's why we have this clip.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
She's right.
Sarah says, is it hard to find a legit original spinner rack? I want to get one, but I don't know if it's unreal. It's expensive. They're like the one Randy has behind him.
They are very difficult to find. That's why I have this here. I love it. It brings back memories of my youth, and it's a big man cave must-have for somebody that's of my age. Now, if you wait 20 years and wait for some of us to die off, those prices might go down.
No. I'm going to get Randy to leave it to me in his will.
20 to 50 years. Yeah,
you're gonna have to pay a lot of money for it.
Well, with this, I got a dealer came to me and says, I got a spinner rack. I said, it's mine. Says, I'm going to have to charge this much for it. It's mine. That's as far. And even that doesn't have the bottom ball bearing ring on it. But for me, that just adds to the charm of the squeak.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the bearing ring on it in order to help it move right. It's difficult to turn, but when you do turn it, you get that amazing little squeak that you used to always hear in the drugs. For me, that's everything. And for I was talking to Rosema about it when I first told him I had it. He goes, "Oh, does it squeak?"
It's got a squeak.
Oh yeah, that's how my mom used to know where I was in the store. She'd listen for that squeak, and she'd go,
"Squeak."
Scott's at the comic rack. Yeah.
Creators Outlet says there are Liberty List of stores where we can order our Arrow 4.0 books. I will have that up pretty soon. I will. There are some stores that we'll put up there that you can order books from. You can go in there and tell them, hey, I need those books.
And
Geekadrome Comics over in Philly.
It's Empyrean. Empyrean actually paid $2.
Yeah.
Buy Heroes Bot Zero.
That's right.
Thanks, Empyrean.
That's right.
Especially buy issues 2 and 3 because Empyrean has a story in both of them.
Do it.
But they're awesome. It's all good.
Yeah.
I got 2 written. I'm just coloring it now.
Bruce Banner, my foot is stuck on this train track and there's a train steaming in my direction. If I don't change in the Hulk soon, I'm done. That's true. It's true. That's kind of dialogue you want.
Pretty unfortunate if awesome. You're not the Hulk.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing is doing things like that. The question is asked, can death die? And on the 4th issue, there's is there life after death? And so it's just cool. Things like that.
Yeah.
Rather than the speech bubbles. But it was tempting. It was tempting.
Yeah. If you saw the latest What If episode, it was the What If Zombies thing where they have a whole zombie scenario, and Banner is having trouble because it takes place instead of Infinity War. And Banner's having trouble getting the Hulk to come out, so he ends up throwing himself in the midst of a bunch of zombies.
Yeah.
In order to get Hulk to appear.
So it isn't Marvel zombies then.
Oh no, most of the Avengers are zombies by that point.
No, but it isn't. Yeah, it isn't that comic, no.
But it isn't Marvel zombies, though.
No, it's not the Marvel Zombies comic, no.
If Banner had thrown himself to those zombies, he would have turned into a zombie Hulk.
Yeah.
Well, some of them were turning, but yeah, we never seen a zombie Hulk.
No.
We did get a giant zombie Hope Van Dyne, though. That was cool.
Yeah. So you've watched the episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
That one was okay, but the two before that were kind of, talk about completely missing the characterization of Doctor Strange on the on the third or fourth episode, the Doctor Strange episode. It's like that's not how he would have reacted at all. You have no idea, no grasp of how that character's motivation at the time. He was totally narcissistic.
I made a joke last night about Doris. Doris Jones has a T-shirt that says "Death can wait." And I said, "Well, Death can save us. Death can wait." I'm gonna make me a Death shirt too. I want to have Death in my book. I'll use Russ's though. It'll be without permission. it'll be a total ripoff of Russ's. What do we got here in the comments? I'm grifting, says Imperial Bull.
There you go. That's all right. We appreciate your grift. All the super chat money goes to Varian to help him afford his broadband. Anyway,
yeah. It says you can buy non-original spinner racks for under $200. The trick is to find the Hey Kids comics 10 signs attached to the tops. Yeah. And you know what? I got a black spinner rack. It's very new age, and
you have to be very careful if you want an original.
Yeah,
you have to know what to look for.
Yeah. I got this. Mine it's just a black spinner rack, and it's brand new. It came out the box. The guy was getting rid of them for like $20 a piece. He coming to them from somewhere, but they work. But I mean, it's just a black spinner rack. It's not not the pretty.
And there are manufacturers out there that do the black spinner racks. They do a full floor one, and they do a half size one that you can set on the counter and spin as well.
Yeah.
And they will be coming back into style. You just watch as comics get out there in front of the masses. You'll see these spinner racks come back.
I was coming home from school, and I got off the bus, and there was a store. And it was called Ringling Brothers, Ringler Brothers, not Ringling, Ringler Brothers, Ringler Brothers, and they had moved out, and I guess whoever owned the spot went there and drew all the stuff out. Well, his spinner rack was sitting outside, and I was like, I gotta get it, but I had my book bag and a school project, so I run home to drop it, and I run back to the store, and it's gone. No. It's gone. I'm like, oh man, I should have dropped my project, honestly, because it was a boat that I had built out of popsicle sticks. You know what? It was crap. Yeah. Let me talk to you guys about Miss Reese for a second. My first history teacher. May she rest in shit. She had me do a report. You could do the report and you could build up a display. She asked me what I wanted to do. I let my buddy, he was supposed to do the book report. I was supposed to do the building of the piece. By her assignment, she assigned this. I got styrofoam. I bought all these popsicle sticks. Without the popsicle, I didn't eat all the popsicles. I bought the sticks. And then I'm like, oh crap, you know what? I need Native Americans and I need Columbus. Well, I couldn't find any. So what I found was at the time, Pocahontas had come out about maybe 3-4 years prior, and they had these little dollar figures, these little plastic little dollar figures, and I'm like, I went and bought like 20 of them, and I'm like, well, heck, John Milford had to be Columbus, so I made him a little Play-Doh hat, and I sat it on there, I wrapped him in a smallpox blanket, and I remember building this whole display and taking to school, and the bitch gave me a C because she said Columbus isn't blonde.
How does she know Columbus wasn't blonde?
Yeah, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, well, these aren't Indians either. He didn't find India, but she gave me a C, and I was really upset.
Wow.
Oh, what a bitch!
I just remember that sinking my grade.
Creators Outlet says I enjoyed that episode. Well, you can, I didn't mean to take anything out of your enjoyment for that episode. It's just, to me, that wasn't Doctor Strange. So,
she gave me some pictures. Hold on, let me go check my.
Imperian says you can buy non-original spinner racks for under $200. Yeah, we already covered that. Just sent
She sent me some artwork. I'm gonna
Just
post
sent you
it up here.
pics by Jeffrey Hayes and some artwork. Yep.
Let me bring it up because it's
Trader says I saw that one company is selling spinner racks for slabbed books too. Yeah. Trading is more than selling.
Check this out.
She goes, "What a bitch!" Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's good work.
Yeah.
That looks like a photograph.
And the fact
I had
that
to find somebody with that incredibly unique nose.
What's the guy from The Pianist?
Huh?
The guy from the movie The Pianist. He's been in a couple other movies too. I think he was in
Jeffrey.
I think he's in one of the Predator movies.
Oh yeah, the guy from Predators.
There he is. His name is
got a big conch.
So I always loved Shadow's nose. Yeah, he always had
Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody
would be great for the Shadow. He's
Brody.
He's got the he's got the look. However, I will tell you guys this. I think that if there's a new Shadow movie, Shadow needs to be it can't be directed by a millennial.
No film should be directed by a bloody millennial. Sorry, millennials, but
I mean, I may be one, but
the Shadow movie from '94. That's the Alec Baldwin movie, right? Yeah, it was good. I just can't watch it anymore because he's done so much funny stuff since then.
Could you imagine we poster of Shadow look like this? Here's a movie poster.
But it was a lot better. Yeah, there you go. He's got that nose.
Yeah,
it was, and he'd be about the right age now too. So the Shadow movie was a lot better than the Ron Eli Doc Savage movie, which is just total cringe. The George Powell film.
I haven't seen that.
He's got a bit of a punch face there, though, hasn't he?
The Brody, you mean, or
that guy that you just brought up? Yeah,
Adrian Brody.
Yeah. Definitely a punch face.
Sarah says he does cover art for people as well. That looks really good. Now, are those is that actually illustration, Sarah, or is that like a photo and then he goes over it and paints it that way?
It looks like a photoshopped photo is what it looked like.
It looks really good.
If it's a painting, good on him. Yeah.
He has some other art too that she sent me. But the page is turned to the left, but I can share it. You guys have to just turn your heads if you're watching on YouTube.
The Phantom was good from 1995. Yeah, I remember seeing that at the theater. I liked it.
There we go. Yeah, so
turn your head sideways to see that, kid. Sorry for our radio audience. You pulled up a portfolio page of this guy's work. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. It is awesome, isn't it? I'd like to think that I could maybe paint if I tried hard enough, but I'm just too lazy.
I painted a couple of things. It's so time consuming.
Yeah,
I've never worked my way back to it
because I get really bored. I mean, if I had my way, all I'd do is pencil. I wouldn't ink either. I'd just pencil stuff and get other people to do it.
That's Jeffrey Ray Hayes. If you're interested, look at his artwork, everyone. But she says I asked him about his artwork and if it's legit artwork. I asked
from the desk of a small press publisher. Says Ron Eli, the same actor of a lot of Tarzan movies. Yes. If you've never seen the Doc Savage movie, you're probably better off. But if you really want to spend a couple hours literally cringing at the screen, then Doc Savage is for you. It's beyond bad.
She says I asked about his method of doing his artwork, and it's legit artwork. I asked because I thought it looked like he just took a pic. Yeah, I'm finding comics like that lately.
Yeah, some painters are that good. He's just that good. That's all.
I have an issue with that whole almost perfect illustration. I admire it. It's incredible. It's like really impressive stuff. But I've kind of gone to a point now where I don't want to see realistic illustrations.
Wait a minute.
I want to see something in the illustration, even to the point like I was driving myself. Oh, man, everything must be just so. No. It's got to be. I want to see energy. I want to feel something from the picture. If you can do both, then fantastic. Obviously, that's great. But for me personally, it's about the energy of an image. And it's not always about whether it's perfect or not.
Yeah, and why take that much time to do something photorealistic when you can, in 100th of the time, actually take a photo?
Yeah, and now with CGI, it's very difficult to, there's so much of it can be done, and it looks like almost photorealistic. It's like, well, then you're underpinning the point of art, aren't you? You're underpinning what makes art rather than, drafting something. Yeah. But, and definitely I agree with what was just, is it Empyrean Vol? Just like, no, photorealism in comics. No, all the nopes. But at the same time, an amount of ability for it actually to be readable and for you to follow a sequential art, because sequential art is completely different to any other art. In the fact that it's moving without a moving picture.
And they have to have their own style too. I mean, Steranko can be photorealistic at times, and Al Williamson can be photorealistic at times, but you can tell a Steranko illustration and a Al Williamson illustration very easily. I mean,
don't get me wrong.
A style to it. Yeah.
That stuff you showed there, that's a beautiful portfolio. I'd definitely put one of those on my wall. But it's not necessarily what I'd want to see it isn't what I'd want to see in a comic personally, or on a cover of a comic either. I don't want to see that in comics. So beautiful illustrations it might be.
It said, yes, Ron Eli, Doc Savage was too campy, but he did look like Doc Savage from the pulps. Yeah, from the nothing better if you ever get to find a coffee table book of pulp cover illustrations from pulp magazines. Just phenomenal. Just like getting a book with comic cover illustrations from the Golden or Silver Age. They have their own charm, their own sense of dynamics. They were designed to attract the eye from feet away as you're casually walking past a newsstand, to make you stop and look at the illustrations. And there's some incredible artists out there that are just now starting to get appreciated. And that all of that material is so rare on the market that it's now commanding a lot higher prices, because you've got people that have the eye, the compositional eye, and their painting tendency of like a Remington, doing Western work that's just incredibly dynamic, that was used as pulp magazine covers that were just dismissed as being schlocky art, or not even art, just schlocky sales stuff, advertising pieces that are really high art. And it's just amazing to sit and look at a lot of that stuff.
Let's see here from the comments section. We have I'm sorry, it's moved on a bit. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Okay. All I remember about Alec Baldwin is him calling his daughter Ireland. I thought it was a little pig. What is the worst thing you can call your daughter after Ireland?
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Alec Baldwin's rants weren't that bad compared to Mel Gibson's. Because Mel tells her, but he tells her, you're getting raped by a pack of,
Mel's rants too were chemically induced, where Alex's were just rage.
A pack of N-words. Are we come in packs now, like cigarettes? Like a pack of.
You see where that's gotten Mel too. He's
he's like persona non grata.
Though he did do a Santa Claus movie a couple years ago. I'm still looking forward to see.
I want to read this.
It was like a slasher film. It was good.
I think I watched that.
Yeah, he did that. I
saw the trailer for it. I gotta watch that movie. It looks awesome. Yeah.
From time to time, I get these stories dropped in my lap on Facebook Messenger, and I'm reading one. And until I confirm, I don't want to.
And your lap is sore. Is that what you're saying?
It's sore, very sore now.
You'd rather have someone dancing.
And this one is a young lady who said that she signed up for a con that is an all-women's show, and all-women creator show. And when she, I'm okay with those shows. I'm okay with them. But she says she submitted her photo for the guest page, it was returned as not approved because she's smiling. They told her they don't want any of the women to smile.
We don't want you to enjoy yourself.
Heaven forbid you be inviting and happy. Yes. I'm serious.
Sorry, I do have an issue with anything that is single sex. Okay, because if it was the other way round, it would be deemed as being in some way bigoted. Okay, it's wrong. Just don't do it. Okay, it's also suggesting that women are less because they can't sort of be seen in a crowd of men. Maybe absolute rubbish. Okay, it's like treat everyone as an absolute equal and let them do their thing. Okay, and
I'm confused as why she couldn't smile. Like, why return a picture because a person like you smile this picture? Is it so? Are you gonna have a guest of everyone looking like glum, just like?
Well, what I don't understand is it's probably something to do with the male gaze. You can't smile because that makes you sexy. Okay, but then if everybody who's going is a woman, what does it matter?
Exactly. And you want to look warm and comforting.
I presume if it was a woman's only convention, that only women were allowed in to buy things as well.
No, I think anybody can come to the show.
Oh, I see. So men can go in and buy stuff. They just can't show anything.
Right.
That's bizarre.
Well,
I'm sorry. I find it. Censorship and bigotry are beyond me. I'm sorry.
I'm imagining that you could probably go to the show if you identify as. But
maybe.
But I mean, you have to be because they don't.
If I turn up and say, "Yeah, my name's Russella, let me in," they're just going to let me in.
They have to.
Well, okay, fair enough. But I'll go buy myself a wig.
Empyrean's been in the chat mentioning a lot of the old great painters of the comic book covers, and those guys, all those guys, Norm and I think Jusco is a prime example. They have such a style to their work, though they're doing almost realistic looking paintings. You can definitely tell, that they are paintings. There's a big difference from that and photorealism.
Fat Man's name of that comic. I mean, that movie.
That movie, yeah. Eric pointed that out. Yeah.
Sorry, I just feel I must make a statement here because I said Russella. Okay, I have absolutely nothing against trans people, people of any sex, age, color, whatever you like. My point being is nobody should be stopped from going in anywhere because of whatever they are.
Or being able to
everyone. And I just think it's wrong to just restrict people in that way. Mm-hmm. Especially when you're talking about art and creative stuff, but
but don't smile when you sign up.
Don't smile. Don't smile.
Like, don't smile. I mean, on my convention page, who do you think I am? My mom. What's his name? I've never seen Grant Morrison smile. I know he's always,
really want to look at Grant Morrison.
He's always like this.
No. There's plenty of people that don't smile, but being told not to smile, come on.
I have it up for the camera. Every time I see a camera, a camera's pointing at me. Time to smile. Time to goof off.
You're just a jolly person, mate.
That's dumb. Yeah.
A man can show themselves flashing themselves.
Say what?
Sarah says it's right. A man can show themselves flashing their self. But yeah, Sarah said she makes a good point. She says it's a one-stop shop for men to come in just because they're all women. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know, man. It's targeted harassment buffet right there. Target harassment. You just walk into the show and just, I know what's all here. Watch me go in here and
hashtag you too.
You too.
You let certain people in that show, it's gonna be a problem. You better have security guards. But they've had all female shows before.
Mandatory crazy eyes photos only.
Everyone needs to go to face that makes us like
all customers are welcome. Money is green.
Yeah.
If only that were the case.
What's this here?
Greg Thixton's oils on Kirby's Hunger Dogs cover was pretty awesome. Needless to say, I saw it at Jack's house. Yeah, Glenn. I saw Greg give a photo, or not a photo, but an art critique one time to a fan, and he was impressive. I have to say, he was very dead on, and he was talking about lighting and sourcing and all of this to the guy, because he was like right there about to go pro. And Greg kind of pulled him aside and says, here's what you need to do for this, this, and this. It was like a little mini art lesson.
But there's a difference between photorealism, and knowing. See, if you get your lighting, your volume, your scene selection, and your anatomy, okay, before you do any stretching or whatever to make the dynamics of the piece. Once you have all that in place, then what you're doing is you're not necessarily doing photorealism, you're fooling the eye. That's what it's all about. It's making the eye move and move through a sequential art piece and and believe that there's a three-dimensional object. And all you have to do is look at stuff like Gil Kane stuff and see how simple some of that is, or how economic of line some of that is, and yet it's so solid.
Yeah,
and it's so tangible, and it's because his lighting was so damn good.
And my mother's a painter, and she's always, she does like a lot of landscape paintings, and she jokes with me, I like working on something with me, and I'm like, yeah, sure. And I can't wait to when she remembers that and hands in one of her paintings to add something too, because I'm going to add like a big superhero battle in the background.
No, what you do is that you get her to paint a landscape, like a city urban scape, and then put your character right there in front.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We had that when I was a kid. We used to have transfers, rub-on transfers, and my mum used to bring me back this thing, and it would be like a fold-out, it'd be like the Jungle Book, or it'd be Tarzan or something like that. And then you had the transfers, and you just rub them down the front, so you could do all kinds of stuff.
I got an idea, because she paints a lot of countryside like landscapes. I want her to do one so like I can put like Superman's like pod coming out the sky. Just look, Mom, there's
the tripods from
War of the Worlds.
Worlds. Just like you could make a lot of money out of the stuff like that, mate. You just get her to do loads and loads of backgrounds, and then just put one odd thing in there.
Well, I've seen a couple people set up at shows that go out at rummage sales and buy old paintings in old frames, and then paint something modern in the middle of it.
Brilliant.
Like dinosaurs or witches flying across or whatever. They can make some hard money that way.
This has been going around for quite some time. I saw a piece of film footage, and what it was images of black and white reels from actual battles in World War One. And what they'd done is that they'd done CGI tripods over the top.
Oh yeah.
And it was basically War of the Worlds, but it was done in this black and white sort of 1914.
Yeah, there's a War of the Worlds movie out there using old newsreel footage like that.
Is there
with
really?
Tripods and gas flying.
Wow, because
I think it was on either Pluto or Plex. It's it's not a very it's an exciting film if you like War of the Worlds, but War of the Worlds has a bad tendency. It has bad capabilities of being incredibly dry if you don't do it right.
Oh, the book is very dry.
This one was a little dry. Yeah.
The book is very dry.
The book is dry and long on purpose because HG had a side piece across town and he got paid by the word.
Yeah. So fair enough.
No, that's exactly what it was.
Right. Good on him then. But everybody's I would say the only film I ever really enjoyed was the 50s one. The Tom Cruise one was kind of okay-ish.
Oh, the Tom Cruise one was an embarrassment. It was horrible.
But, I told you I've got very low expectations when it comes to film. And the one that the BBC just did, it just wasn't very good.
Yeah.
And that's a real pity, because it's the first time that somebody did a costume drama of it, and it just didn't work. And of course now we're stuffed because nobody will ever do it again.
There've been a couple of them out, and they all tend to be dry.
Yeah,
very dry.
But the best version of War of the Worlds is the 3-disc by Wayne. Is it Wayne? Jeff Wayne. Jeff Wayne.
It's a 2-disc. Jeff Wayne War of the World. Two covers. Yeah, you can get that. You can get that on Spotify. They have a wonderful expanded version where they have a lot of different cuts of different scenes.
Absolutely brilliant. Listen to that.
Narrated by Richard Burton. It's just amazing.
Best ever.
But for a quick hour, nothing matches War of the Worlds by Orson Welles.
Oh,
the radio drama. Yeah, because that still sends a shiver up my spine when you listen to it. When the gas goes across New York and the microphone drops to the floor and you hear the old, CX12 calling CQ. Is there anyone on the air? Is there anyone on the air? Isn't there anyone? It's like, ooh.
Glenn said, I made a small fortune in school drawing superheroes with people's arms and hands, like tattoos, 1 penny per drawing. They went home and washed them off, more for me to do the next day until a teacher found out.
There you go.
Yeah. I made a fortune drawing nude women, so.
We're not here to talk about our porn career.
Glenn Barry War of the Worlds is a good 1951. I did want to I did
Yeah,
want to.
that was George Pell that directed that, if I remember right, the War of the Worlds, right? Because he's the same guy who did Doc Savage.
Mm.
Didn't he direct that? I could be wrong.
I did want to derail for 1 second. I did have a funny moment with my son, and I thought I should bring it up. I promised him I would. He was looking through stuff for school, and he came across this picture here, and it's and he says, "Oh, is that Ollie starting his company?" And
did you say yes? It was.
No, I didn't.
You should always bend history whenever possible.
I said, "That's not Ollie. That's Albert."
That's all of the store managers all in one place. Ollie giving directions. We pick it up for $1, or we pick it up for a dime. We sell it for $2.99, and we make money.
I'm lost because I'm British.
Well, this
you
is
should.
Ollie. I have
Ollie's here is an odd lot end run store. Yeah, there's Ollie.
Oh, there he is. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where somebody was saying all the Marvel books were going to?
Yeah. They
right.
went through all of the comic companies and cleaned out their warehouses.
Right.
And Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So you walk into Ollie's and there's a whole run, boxes of Zenoscope graphic novels just all over, and you go,
Someone's
"Oh,
got to
great."
buy them.
Yeah, all the moms for their kids for Christmas.
Oh,
We picked this up because it was Grimm's Fairy Tales. We thought it was it's a comic book, you'll love it. And the kid comes back and goes, "I love this.
I loved it
more." Yeah.
several times.
Kid comes out, cleavage. Anyway, Mom, what's a camel toe?
Yeah. What's labia cleavage?
Yeah, exactly. Labia cleavage. It's the new fad.
It is.
I was going to say it's tight, but really, never mind.
I do think that those books.
Oh yes, did you tell him that that's what it was, and then explain to him exactly who that was?
Yes, that is Albert Einstein, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and he's like, "Well, he looks like Ollie," and I'm like, "Well, maybe Ollie looks like Albert Einstein."
Yes,
okay.
he does.
Yeah. That's good old Ollie.
I'm sure at the time that picture was taken, that was incredibly cutting edge.
Yeah,
and Einstein, because of the racial problem, Einstein didn't care. He just wanted to spread knowledge. So he wasn't.
Einstein wasn't
a racist.
Had a lot of very, very good. Well, good for me to call it good. He had some excellent views on the world in general.
I'm sure we haven't seen all of his notes because, from what I understand, he was quite the horn dog too. So.
We can relate on that, me and Einstein.
I always had I had a story about a conversation that takes place between a couple of guys and a guy is there from the Time Regulation Authority. And he explains that Einstein was at a party one time and got the wrong chemical substances and grabbed a grocery bag and wrote the entire structure of the time-space continuum on the back of a grocery bag. And they've been trying to find it ever since. And they know that time is screwed up because of it and is constantly getting more screwed up because somebody found it and is using it. And they've been climbing back through time ever since, trying to correct things.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of crazy Einstein and the stupid drugs that he was on. That he just, here. There we go.
There's a lot of that kind of stuff on YouTube.
Yeah. He ends up explaining all of that to the guy and then shoves him in front of a bus. That's
fair enough.
That's how the story ends. So, you'd be amazed at how something time changes and this goes on just because one thing happened. Don't you agree? Yes, I do. Shove.
Dead.
Then he's on the phone and says, "Can you see me now?" Good. Goes off on his way.
We should make a comic of that.
That's heavy.
Already did.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
By the way, question of the day.
Is there another question of the day? How does Spider-Man think of such witty comebacks? Because with great power comes great responsibility.
Responsibility.
Responsibility. Yeah. Oh, great color. Great responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
That wasn't what Stan was talking about when he wrote that. But it might have been. Yeah. That came later, probably.
Yeah. It's I've been to the movies quite a few times. I got AMC membership, which allows me to go to movies 3 times a week. I don't have to pay anything. I pay $20 a month, obviously, and then I can go to movies 3 times a week. I don't have to pay anything extra. But so I've seen Shang-Chi, I've seen Black Widow. I want to go see Freeze.
Is Shang-Chi as good as they say it is?
I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite Marvel film.
So I have a great video by what's his name from The Quartering. He's up there and he pulls up the Rotten Tomato things and goes 98% public audience. What the fuck? He says, is that the highest rated Marvel movie of all time? Jesus Christ. And he goes back and he starts looking at all of the Marvel listings and he goes, that's the highest rating any Marvel movie's ever gotten. Holy crap. I said this movie was going to be crap.
It's not,
it's
not a bad film. I mean, I you know, like I didn't go there expecting the martial arts epic either. And I don't think I got one.
Yeah, it's Master of Kung Fu.
Yeah. I mean, there were some things in there that were pretty cool. There's some cool fight scenes in there. I did like the way it tied up some threads from Iron Man 3, the Hulk.
Yeah.
It did tie up some threads. Even there's some cameos in there. There's a Black Widow in there. You have to watch for. So it's an entertaining movie. And then the after credit scene, especially the mid credit scene, makes it, in my opinion, like worth seeing alone. It was kind of cool. The end credits just sets up a sequel, but the mid credit scene firmly ties them to the MCU. Which
aren't they setting up Galactus for the Fantastic Four? That's what I heard.
I hope so.
Not in Shang-Chi.
Well, there's something that happens in the mid-credit scene that makes you think maybe they are.
Be like Shang-Chi versus Galactus is kind of like Bambi versus Godzilla.
No, it'll be for the A team, wouldn't it? Because they want to do the She-Vengers or whatever it is. And it'll be Captain Marvel.
That's the Marvels movie.
It'll be Captain Marvel with hope they'll bring back the Fantastic Four and they'll pop in Galactus. But Galactus isn't the big bad. I mean that's the point. Is Galactus should never be put up in the same way as Thanos was, because Galactus is like an elemental. He's
almost like a celestial.
Yeah, he's like apolitical. He exists. Galactus is, and that's all there is to it. Yeah. He isn't evil, but he's not good either. He's amoral. Whereas Thanos, although in typical best villain type, thought he was doing the right thing, but was doing something quite hideous. Mm-hmm. So a whole different ball game.
I think that when they do bring Galactus in, I think we're going to get the classic.
A giant cloud again.
No, I think we're going to get classic, a classic Marvel Studio screw job. Where we're going to get that.
So disgusted by that cloud.
Yeah,
he's going to be comic relief. They're going to open him up. He's going to have a little alien inside of him. Watch and see. He's going to be a little small man. They're going to Wizard of Oz him. Let's wait. We're gonna get screwed out of our Galactus.
No, I doubt you'll see that. They have to bring the FF in first and Doctor Doom and also.
To be honest, I've lost interest. I really don't have enough time to watch films anymore. I just don't.
Or Empyrean says, or Galactus.
Galactus.
He has a daughter.
Galactating.
Galactating.
I don't know. I don't find enough time for that kind of thing. So
you'll get the golden squirter instead of the silver surfer.
What's her name? Galacta. That's her name. Galacta. She's I'm surprised when they did the comic that they would draw her the way they did. She got married to someone, or was getting married to someone, as I recall. I lost interest in that book, but I was surprised that they. It was. I'll show you guys. Hold on.
It must have been a big wedding.
Must have been a really big wedding.
Where do you hold a place like that? Jupiter.
Did she get married to eternity?
I forgot who it was. It was, and I believe he was unhappy about it. He didn't want to get married, I believe. As I recall. But look at her design. Oh no, I can't show it. Wow, why is my?
Does he have a gigantic G in a circle on his chest or her chest?
It was an ultimate weapon wedding.
No, but hold on. Here we go. We'll just show
you won't need an ultimate nullifier when I'm through with you.
She hold on.
You get married to her, make a proper woman of her, or I'm gonna hit you with my nullifier.
Created the Silver Surfer. Now here's the Pink Rabbit.
I'm surprised she likes men because her dad likes to eat. Never mind. Oh, just leave it there. But there, I was surprised she had cleavage like that.
Woohoo!
That looks very sort of
Galacta
manga-esque.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? That's very manga-esque.
Yeah, there she is though.
That's very 90s to 2000s.
Yeah,
also.
It's reach. That's the reaching. That's really reaching.
That wouldn't be Galacta today because she'd be covered from neck to toe.
When did she? I know she got pregnant though. That was the big deal. She got pregnant, and that's gonna be a big ass baby.
By Ego, the living planet.
Big baby. There you go. Ego.
That's it.
Go Ego.
Galactus, did you take out the bins?
Is there a morning after planet?
Morning after planet.
Could be. Yeah. Planet B.
We are horrible. Let's see.
No, you're horrible.
Glenn says I lost interest in the FF in 1970 when Jack left. Yeah.
She premiered in 2009.
They've slowly stopped being fantastic after that.
Yeah, she premiered in 2009, and it looks like
Genuine goes, I don't give a shit about anything from Marvel anymore.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, who is talking about Galen?
Isn't he an ape from Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, be the rainbow Galactus.
Now, Tom Brevoort has denied her existence, by the way. It's like she's not part of the real canon. She's just a side character.
Galactus, did you take out the bins?
Well, hold on. Now that they've got really deep into What If, because What If used to be this kind of sort of fanciful, let's have a look at characters. It gives us another title to put out. It's a bit of fun. Let's see what might happen. That's what If used to be about. Okay. But now, effectively, What If is multiverse. So everything ever done ever is now canon.
Yep.
That's confusing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, because I mean, there's a world out there where
Ego going forward will be portrayed by Dan Slut.
yeah, good old Dan. You know,
we all know Kurt Russell's better suited as Snake Plissken anyway.
Yeah. Why do they always say making a proper woman but not a proper man? Answer carefully, LOL.
Yes. Yep.
What do we always say? I just
a proper
said
man
that
would be a gentleman, right?
I just said that because we were talking about someone of the female gender at that moment in time. It was totally allegorical and was not meant in any way to be offensive. I sincerely apologize if I have caused any offense.
I always wanted to see them do hire Kurt Russell and film Flesh from 2000 AD.
Wait a minute, I thought you meant Flesh Gordon
and use him in that role. That would be
you have to lower the bloody standard, don't you?
That would be
the Lord Reverend. Yeah, Flesh. Wow. I was looking at some of the artwork from that the other day. Oh, just gorgeous.
Wouldn't that be incredible? Grab him and say we're for the meat shortage. We're going back in time and harvesting dinosaurs, and now we can't get a response from them. But you'll get a full pardon if we send you down the timeline to figure out what's going on. That would be cool.
Snake Plissken. I thought you were dead.
Exactly. That was because we filmed Escape from LA.
Yeah, unfortunate that was, wasn't it?
Everybody thought I was dead after that.
Although, hasn't that just come true? Hasn't Escape from LA just come true? Loads of stuff in it. It's hideous.
Yeah.
Russ, you said before, I believe that
That's nothing. Sit and watch Charlton Heston and Soylent Green.
Oh,
That'll send a shiver up your spine.
Yeah.
Right there. That's so close to being true now. It's not
especially
even
since
funny.
they made food called Soylent.
Yeah.
Russ, I think you said before that you wanted, if there was ever a Only Death Can Save Us film, you prefer it to be animated.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't want it to be a live action thing.
I wanna
not after Masters of the Universe. I'm talking about the film back in the 90s with Dolph Lundgren. So
yeah.
Where
is it's still? Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Kevin Smith directing your cartoon, that would be great.
Don't get me wrong. I like that film. I just don't think it would be right for Only Death Could Save Us. I'd prefer like an animated sort of X-Men kind of feel, somewhere between the X-Men and Bruce Timm, Batman the animated series, something in between the two.
I want you. I don't know if you've seen this. We had him on. We had Rob Murtaugh on.
Joe said Russ was put on the spot. Death couldn't save him from that.
I don't care.
And Sarah said, "Dude, you're hysterical." I was joking, but it was funny watching you sweat.
I assure you, there was no sweat, but it's lovely to interact.
Yeah. Tales from the Classroom, the Cthulhu Tales.
Look at that. I like that art.
You're gonna love this intro. I mean, love this video. Right? Check this out. I'm gonna play. We had him on Tuesday, and the video is awesome. Here you go.
Bob Murtaugh presents.
Ooh, 3D. That's excellent.
It is. It's
fun.
That's got a little bit. The art style in there has got a little bit of Tanko, a little bit of Jamie Hewlett to it, just a little bit. But it's brilliant. That's really good. But how? Hold on. Who is this? Rob Muerto. What a great name! What a great name!
This is one of those projects that when you see it, you can't help but back it. But it's being seen. That's the problem. Yeah.
How on earth are we all supposed to get on and get by when somebody's producing an intro trailer as good as this?
Yeah.
For God's sake, you're making us all look bad, Rob.
Oh, Rob admits he didn't do this. So he had a friend do it for him.
Doesn't matter. He got it done.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
He's $3,376 he can use to support. He's got 11 days left. He's past his funding goal. Video cool video, but damn to the high pitched music.
Yeah, we did see Sarah. I'm getting on a bit, so like I can't hear her as well. All you young'uns.
Rob was in the chat earlier. I sent him a link to come on today's show, but I guess he must have forgot or didn't check his Twitter. But he's in Portugal.
You send it by Twitter. That's the problem.
Well, that's the only way I have to get in touch with him. I don't know.
He needs a Facebook page then.
Yeah.
I know it drags down the. Yeah. You're in a social platform, but Twitter's not social.
Yeah. But yeah, there it is. Tales from Cthulhu. He can use support. Go on Indiegogo. He's got 11 days left. 107 backers. It's a really cool project. He's got different stories in it.
Where's the link? Put
the link. I will put the link.
Throw that link in the chat.
I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah, there we go.
Because
this is one of those projects that's way underfunded for the quality of work that you have here. It's an anthology book, 3 separate stories. You don't have to have had the first one to understand the second one, but I believe the first one is also offered on this as well.
So can you get them both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna put and he's got 3 different stories in there. It's a really good looking campaign, really good looking book. Bob says, "Can I humbly show my book, The Goblin Girl and Indiegogo? I'd love to get you guys comments on video." Sure, send me a link. Shoot me a link over here. Well, let me see. You said it's called The Goblin Girl.
Don't send it today, Boob Dan, because we're getting close to the 2-hour mark. Why don't we have you on the show? Why don't you contact Very and ask to come on? We'd love to show that book off.
Okay, yeah, because I see that you got a sign-up page up.
Give it the proper time it deserves. Yeah,
you got a sign-up page. So.
Is that top one? That top one's both. You get issue 1 and issue 2.
No, that's both variant covers.
Right.
But yeah,
okay.
he's
scroll down and see.
Yeah, he's got a digital version of the first one. But when he was on the show, he said he's gonna make it possible if you get the first book. I forgot how he says he's gonna do it, but he's gonna make sure people can get that first issue.
But you don't need to have bought the first book in order to enjoy the second.
No,
They're made. The stories are made to sit by themselves.
I understand it, but for postage, I'd have liked to have gotten both books.
Oh yeah.
So please, Rob, if you are listening, find a way so I can buy both books from you.
Yeah. And it's
again, just look at that artwork. That's great fun stuff.
Great. His colorist is from was she from? Oh,
Argentina?
Colorist. No. She was wasn't Serbia. It was somewhere where it was cold. It was like there's nothing to do out there except for color.
Siberia.
Siberia. Yes, colors.
Now that you mentioned nothing to do there but color,
yeah.
Siberia.
Yeah.
And court bears.
Yeah. You see how we do on IndieVolt? We give you a compliment, we take it right back. And there's different artists in the book too. There's a different story here. This has a different look and different coloring style, but still, really interesting nonetheless. And then this final one here, the Zombieville one.
Yeah,
look at that. That's gorgeous. So yeah, I believe
it's all good. It's all good. The whole book
I believe I backed it. So go over there and check it out, people. Go over and check it out. Check it out. Sarah says, I got to read and review Bilal 1 and 2. I got those. I got to review them too. But yeah, Dan, shoot me a link over on Twitter, KYD_V over on Twitter. Let it get you on. We'll talk about your book. We'll talk about Goblin Girl. I see the sign-up page is over there. So folks, you can go over to Indiegogo and sign up for the Goblin Girl right now.
The creators outlet says the first book is digital only right now, but will be in the trade edition, I believe.
That's right. Hurry up and get it. Get it done.
Yep, get it done.
Come on, Rob. The first book is okay.
We'll have Rob. We'll have Rob back on here, hopefully within the next 11 days to talk more about his book. So
yeah, again, he's supposed to be on this morning, but he's forgot about it. No, he's in Portugal, so I'm imagining we don't. He was in the chat earlier though.
He's probably prepping dinner over there now. So.
Yeah, it's time to eat. I can go for dinner.
It's about 4 o'clock over there, almost 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he said he couldn't join, but he dropped by the chat to say hi. So yeah, we're gonna definitely have to get Dan back in at some point. Dan and we're gonna have to get Rob in as well. Russ, we're approaching the end of our show. Where can folks stalk you at?
You can stalk me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube as Comic Book Black Belt. So I'm on the Twitter, the Fleecebook. Go find me on Instagram, and I'm on I'm on Minds as well, although I don't turn up there very often. To be perfectly honest, I don't get a lot of time for social media at the moment. But if you find me and you want to ask me about art, I'll talk
different
about comic book art.
Yep.
And you can find me at russleach.com, comicbookblackbelt.com. I must get a link tree for this. You can find out more about the book Only Death Can Save Us at onlydeathcansavus.com. Sign up for the second book will be up and live next week, latest. I'm just waiting for the colors to come back on the cover because I'd like to put the cover up. And then the second book's campaign will be available from 1st of October. You can pick up the previous book in that campaign. You can also pick up the first 3 issues of the Arrow comics, which is now serialized in. So go find yourself a copy of those as well, or come to my campaign and pick up a copy there. I think that's about it. Oh, sign up for my email list. There you go.
Very good, very good. Russ is happy to a moment when he doesn't have to deal with his feline co-workers in the studio. Yes.
Yes. Little buggers.
That's why he keeps the monkey there next to the microphone.
Yeah.
Can't get anything done with. Never mind. Keep my
Can't
shit.
get anything done with monkeys in the office. No.
Yeah.
He was gonna make a different reference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lola
I
is
saved
in the
him.
room. Yeah.
I saved him from that. Yes.
Randy, how about you, sir?
Hey, folks, you can reach me at Facebook under Randy Zimmerman, on Twitter under Randy Zim, but I'm not up there very often. Arrow Comics 4.0, on the other hand, has two Facebook pages, Arrow Comics 4.0 and Friends of Arrow Comics 4.0 over on Facebook, plus Twitter, plus Instagram. There is a link tree for Arrow Comics 4.0 to help you get to all of those places. Deeply appreciate that. Keep an eye open there for future announcements. There's a lot more stuff coming as soon as we can get it out of the printer. And other than that, you can catch me back on Sunday morning for the Sunday Funnies, where we try to add a little bit of whimsy and some fun into funny books. They're on the Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Indie Volt and all of the usual Facebook pages and the like, YouTube as well. We're also, Varian and myself will be back also Tuesday night at 9 p.m. for the Live Wire program, along with whoever else we can drag along with us. And other than that, the Indie Princess also does Geekgasm on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brandon does Pitches Be Crazy on Saturday at 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. And I think that's it. Is there a special issues coming soon?
There is. We're working on 3 stories that are probably going to get me in trouble.
Woohoo! Always great to be in trouble.
Yeah, always great to be in trouble. It'll at least get me. It'll. There's a thing called the Internet Wrestling Community, which is the IWC. Everyone says, "Oh, the IWC, I hate them." Well, the Independent Comics Community, the ICC. It should be the Independent, the Internet Independent Comics Community, IICC. Give me trouble with them. Captain. Yeah.
Yeah. And we are less than 10 days away from the awards.
Which I have a meeting today with the host venue, so going to be talking to them about, because there's some changes, so we got to make sure that everything is still good with them. But yeah, we are less than 10 days out. I'm gonna be listing the nominees today, just after later on, probably tonight, because they'll come out, the nominees, so you'll know who got nominated for this great award show. And we're looking forward to it. Also, the fan poll will go up today too. Around noon, the fan poll will go out, so you have a chance to vote for who's your fan favorite. And that's the popularity part of our show.
The only award of the award show that's left up for popularity vote.
That's right.
Everything else is a judged event.
Yep. And you can find me online at KYD_V on Twitter. Varying Grand on pretty much every other social media network. Please drop by ledg.us, a Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group, where we are helping getting your independent comic in stores all over the country. There she is, lovely Belle. And it's no fees to publishers. We don't take any of your money. You set your own pricing, your own wholesale pricing. Retailers, fear not, we got you covered too, because we offer the Liberty Pledge. Book won't sell in your store. They are returnable. We'll buy them back from you or trade you for books that will sell. So, you have nothing really to lose. It's going to allow you to make some choices, some bold choices, and take some chances that you might not be used to being able to take. So sign up for Liberty today. We are burning through applications very quickly right now, so we're moving you in immediately. I've got some more staff who I've trained to do that. So it's moving along, chugging along.
You're going to see this distribution company grow as more information comes out about it, more people realize it exists, and the more retailers that sign on for the service, because it's such a convenient service to be able to order your book on like Monday and have it shipped directly to you within a matter of days for you to put right up on the shelves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I will put up a list like Creators Outlet ask of stores where you can get books from Liberty. And if you can reach out to your regular store and tell them, hey, I want these books from Liberty Distribution. Check them out. It's free to sign up. We don't charge anything for people to sign up. So yeah.
The whole interest behind Liberty is to get independent and alternative comics to the store, to the retailer, so that they have a chance to sell it, not just to get your work out there, but to make money off of it.
Okay.
instead of having to grab the latest Funko Pop or pray that the next Magic premiere party actually helps them make ends meet. Because we know if they're selling comics right now, they are having a rough time surviving.
Yeah, here's a standard box, by the way, standard box. So we got some bigger ones too, but this is a standard box that the books go out in, and they go out they're bagged and boarded by us, custom boards, and then they're bubble wrapped, so they get to the store in its best shape as possible, so that they can take them right out the box and get them around the shelf.
Almost as if they were wrapped up in a Gemini mailer.
Almost as if.
Yeah. And folks, if you have a campaign out there, go over to Gemini Comics Supply and get a 10% discount off of your Gemini order for Gemini mailers. We all know that's the most confident way to fulfill your campaigns. It's with Gemini mailers. On your way out the door, use that coupon code VOLT10, and the Gemini comic supply folks will take 10% off of your order, courtesy of them and us here at Indie Volt.
And
VOLT10.
That's VOLT10.
A slicker segue you will not see this week.
No. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. We'll see you back here next Tuesday at 9 a.m.
Do you say see you next Tuesday?
He said it. He said it.
Oh, yeah. See you next Tuesday.
Everybody, we also want to say out there that our thoughts and prayers are currently with Luke Stone, creator of Hybrids, as he's in coma down in Florida trying to chase off pneumonia aggravated by COVID. And we wish him and his family only the best. We hope that there's good, positive news coming soon. We are watching the Facebooks for updates, but there hasn't been much news these last few days. And quite frankly, we're a little concerned and wish him nothing but the best, him and his family.
We're sure that when there is some news, obviously it's a private matter for Luke and his family, but
yes.
We are pulling for him over here. So he's a part of the Indie family and a friend to everyone here. So want to make sure that we hope that he recovers very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's it. We're going to let you guys get to your weekend. So at least to your Thursday.
Yeah, at least the rest of your Thursday.
Yeah. So you guys have a great day. We'll see you soon.
Take care, everybody. Stay safe. See you soon.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
Drop the taco. Get in the car.
How can you close me up? On what ground?
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.